So welcome to Communicative English class. In this class we will discuss an important technique, that is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing and summarizing, these are the two important techniques that everyone should know, right? So if you ask me what is paraphrasing, we read different texts, right? And we study different texts and we refer different books for information. If we want to reproduce the information, we need paraphrasing technique. Okay? So just studying or just reading or just referring many books will not be useful unless we reproduce the knowledge that we gained properly. Okay? Let us see what is paraphrasing and how it is useful for students, and we will see some of the techniques of paraphrasing and we will do some exercises on paraphrasing. These are the different statements gathered from the net of different authors, what their statement is on paraphrasing. To state something written or spoken in different words. State means here produce. Okay? To state something written or spoken in different words. Putting someone else's ideas into your own words. So putting someone else's ideas into our own words. A restatement or rewording of a paragraph or text. That means we read something else in a textbook, but to tell it in our own words, we use that paraphrasing, or that is called paraphrasing. Next, to take a restatement of another piece of writing with new words or phrases while keeping the same meaning. So restating the same information, but restating different phrases, different words, but we do not disturb the meaning of the content. To repeat something written or spoken using different words. So from all these statements that we can understand that paraphrasing means restating what we have read in our own words. Okay, without changing the content or without changing the opinion that we put in our words and present it. Okay, that means reading a text or studying a text and digesting it and then reproducing. That is called paraphrasing. Okay, so when you get a doubt, suppose for example, let me say that in our study purpose you will read number of lessons, okay, lot of content, but somebody asks you to share your content, then what will you do? You don't read the same text, right? So you tell in your own words what the content in the textbook, and when you are asked in an exam to write a question on something, then you don't dump all the content that is in the textbook. You rewrite the content in your own words. Okay, that is paraphrasing. So what are the reasons that why students need this technique? Okay, first of all, it improves our memory, because when you study something, when you study that something, you will forget when time passes. But when you digest it, then you won't forget. Okay, so it will be in your brain. Whenever you want, you can recollect. Okay, so that it improves our memory. Okay, it makes our memory powerful. Then paraphrasing in organized thinking. That means when we read any text or content, okay, we will get that information, but it will not be processed in our brain. But when we want to put it in our own words, then our brain processes the information and it puts in an order. Okay, so it develops our organized thinking. Next, to reinforce arguments. So when your brain processes the information, then you will understand that what is the important content there, okay, and that will help you what the argument is there. Argument means what the core content is there, okay, and then you can reinforce it. Next one, paraphrasing in boosting your confidence. Yes, when you digest the information, automatically you will be confident to present it, because now it comes your own. Somebody's ideas you make, you understood and you digested and you make it your own, so that it will give you lot of confidence to present it, okay. Next, developing good communication skills. So once some thought process happens in your brain, then you will have a flow in your communication, because you have clarity what you need to present and what to present, how to present, okay. So that's why paraphrasing is important for students. So here in paraphrasing we use for different purposes, right. As a student, you refer textbooks and you study content and you read many books for information, right. Then whatever question is asked, you directly present it on your paper, okay, no problem here. But when you come to research area, that means when you are doing a project and then you have to write a thesis part. So to write your thesis part, you refer different books, right, or different people's projects, and then you develop, right. So at that time you need to quote where you have borrowed this idea, okay. So and also you can't you can't copy and paste the text in your thesis. You study it or you read it and you take that idea and you present that idea in your book by mentioning the source, okay. So there paraphrasing is also helpful. One way for academic purposes, that is useful to take your exams, that is useful to give your seminars or whatever it is. Another side, when you make a report for project or anything else to publish your paper, you refer a lot of sources, right. So you can't you can't take all the sources, right. So there you will present their ideas in your paper, okay, but you quote that one. So generally the importance of paraphrase to avoid plagiarism. I think you know the word plagiarism. That means to copy others' ideas and presenting them as our own, that is plagiarism. So when we know paraphrasing, we can tell that where the text is, right, where the source is, and then we'll tell in our own words, so that we can avoid plagiarism. Next, to report ideas and information which belong to someone else, okay. Next one, as an alternative to quoting, instead of dumping it, so we'll tell in our own words, so that a flow can't be missed, and we we show our gratitude to the text where we have got, okay. Now let us see techniques in paraphrasing. So far we have dealt that what is paraphrasing, okay. Now what techniques do we need to use to paraphrase? So it is a restatement of somebody's ideas in our own words, okay. So that we don't use the same words as it is, then it becomes a copying when we use the same words. So what are the alternatives? We should find some synonyms for the words, right, and then use varied sentence patterns. That means that simple sentence, complex, compound, or something, different types of sentences. So we use varied sentence patterns and change the order of ideas. So just to make it our own, whichever is comfortable for you, without changing the meaning, we change the order of ideas, or we take different sentence patterns, and we break long sentences into short ones. Suppose if original text has a lengthy and a complex sentence, then we can make it simpler, and we can present ideas simply in one sentence or in short sentences, okay. Next, simplify abstract ideas. So abstract ideas means the ideas which are developed from general information. So we can also present it, carefully. Okay, so let's practice some sentences, how a paraphrase can be done. Here I have taken only sentences, not paragraphs, just to show you how we can make. Okay, let us take first sentence. Polar bears are almost undetectable by infrared cameras because of how they conserve heat. First of all, we need to understand that proper nouns can't be changed because there is no other name. Okay, that can't be changed. So here polar bears, so that's a, we can't change that one. Okay, so infrared cameras, okay, that also can't be changed. Next, undetectable. Okay, undetectable, the other word for undetectable is can't be detected or can't be found or can't be identified. Okay, these phrases give the same meaning for same meaning of undetectable. Okay, so we can use any one of the phrases. Next, because of. So the other word for because of is due to. Next, conserve. So actually there are synonyms for conserve, but those words are not suitable in this context. So conserve, instead of verb form, so we can replace it with the noun form. So conserve is a verb and conservation is a noun. Okay, next, now let us do paraphrasing. So polar bears cannot be detected by infrared rays due to their heat conservation. So here when you see this, you may have got a doubt, what is the length of the paragraph? Do we need to maintain the same length or can we reduce it, okay, when we paraphrase it? So as a general rule, here we are restating the content, so there is no need of condensing the length of the paragraph. But we can 80% of the length can be maintained. Okay, so in place of 100% maintaining 100% length, we can make from 80 to 100, no problem. Okay, so how it is paraphrased: polar bears cannot be detected by infrared rays due to their heat conservation. Okay, now let us go to the second one. All right. The observable universe consists of 50 million galaxies. So as a rule, we can't change the proper nouns or common nouns. Okay, universe, there is no other word. Okay, in this context we can't find any other word for universe. So galaxies, no word, right? Consist. So the other suitable synonym is comprise. Okay, observable, the synonym is known. So see how the sentence is simplified in our paraphrasing. And here the order is changed. Okay, so already we discussed that we can use varied sentences. Okay, we can cut the long sentences into short. Okay, or we can change the presentation of the ideas. Okay, so here varied sentence is used and the idea is just changed. Idea is not changed, but a word order is changed. So we start with here the observable universe, that's the subject. Okay, this is predicate. So from this part we made a sentence: 50 billion galaxies comprise the known universe. Okay, right. Let us do the next sentence. Although at least 600 of the devices are used in the US, there are apparently only 3 in Britain. Okay, see that US and Britain devices can't be changed Of course, for devices you can find another word. So, but in this case, I didn't find any other word. Are used. In place of are used, we can use has, or in use, or use. So, although that can be replaced with whereas, though. Okay. All right. See that. Look at the content. What is the important content here? There are 600 devices are used in the US, but in Britain they are using only 3 devices. So Britain has just 3 devices, whereas America uses around 600. Okay. So here we reduced the length of the sentence. Okay, but idea is not changed. Okay. So this is only, here you have seen only how a sentence can be paraphrased. If it is a paragraph, you have to identify what the paragraph is about. Okay. First of all, identify the subject. That means what this paragraph is talking about, and here what it is, I mean, who the person it is talking about and what it is talking about. Okay. And what is the tone of the paragraph, whether it is describing something or whether it is comparing or contrasting 2 products, okay, or it is presenting a sequence of ideas. Okay. So you have to identify the tone and the type of the paragraph. Then it will be easier for you to identify the ideas in the paragraph. Then you can understand where ideas can be placed. Okay. So while doing that one, you should be very careful of not missing any important idea from the paragraph. So as it is a sentence, so there is no complexity of paraphrasing. But if it is a paragraph, so you have to be very careful understanding the subject of the paragraph, and that means what it is talking about, and the content and the type of the paragraph and the main ideas. Okay. So that is the in that way you should develop paraphrasing technique. Thank you.